Watch Obsessives, I think we're on. I just recorded this. I thought it was recording, it wasn't. I want to talk about diver watches today. They are very courageous, very bold, they evoke adventurousness. They evoke a man who's resourceful, a man who loves a good adventure, a man who dives, a man who is very rugged in that way. Well, I don't dive. I do take my girls to the beach, and when I do take them to the beach, I wear a $200 beater, the Echozilla. And because I don't dive, and I love diver watches more than any other type of watch, I'm kind of like Suburban Action Man. You know who Suburban Action Man is? He wears a safari vest. It has all these pockets in it for his knives and his gentleman's pistols and his video cameras and his lenses and his tripods. And Suburban Action Man does not really photograph stuff. He doesn't go on safaris, but he does like his vest. I think you can get a safari jacket too, with the same multitude of pockets. Suburban Action Man also he drives a Hummer and he lives in the suburbs. He never goes off-roading. Perhaps the biggest off-roading task of a Suburban Action Man is to take his Hummer to the groomer with his poodle, and the poodle gets a little spritz in her hair and some ribbons and some bells in her hair. And it's unfortunate. I cannot make fun of Suburban Action Man because I'm a diver watch man and I don't dive. I only take my girls to the beach. So I'm not a whole lot better. And I think diver watches are really the focus of obsession for the watch obsessive. I could be wrong. For those of you who are watch obsessives out there, do you find you're obsessing over all kinds of watches, or is it really, really, really about the diver watch? And aren't all the upper tier of luxury holy grails, aren't they diver watches? The Panerai Submersible, the Rolex Deep Sea Dweller, the Breitling Super Avenger, then my personal favorite, the holy grail of all holy grails, the 46 millimeter Omega Planet Ocean Chronograph 9300 caliber. I cannot even say that without having this sort of omnipotent deep voice. It's just too much. It's too crazy for me. So what I did was to enjoy my diver watches more, the ones that I would give a grade of A minus to A. I put my B plus watches for sale on eBay, 7 of them on there, so I'll be down to 7 watches in my collection, if my count is right. The watches that I put on for sale on eBay, actually I kind of like them, and I give them like a B plus. I just think life is short, and I really don't have time for B plus in my life. I only have time for A. Sounds like a bad commercial for Kodak or something. But the watches are for sale. I'd call them not quites. They're just not quite there. And I wanted to focus more time on my diver watches. This is a recent acquisition. This is a rebuy. I had this a year ago, sold it, and I used the funds to buy a deep blue Depth Master. I never really bonded with it, sold it, and I found myself missing this Orient M Force 46 millimeter. People who are fans of this watch, they'll tell you that the bracelet that comes on it, the stock bracelet, is horrible. Cheap, hollow, rattling piece of garbage. And they're all right about that. So when I received this display watch from a watch seller on eBay, it was $200 because it was a display watch. It arrived in mint condition. Funny enough, the bracelet was only like barely 6 inches long, so it was missing a lot of links. I didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to keep the bracelet. I was going to put this strap code Super Engineer 2 on it, 23 millimeter. You can see the meter on there, so you can see how much energy or power you have left. This is a classic diver's watch. It has your aggressive stamped bezel, and I do like the contrast of the stainless steel with the black. And then of course they painted the numerals in white. This is brushed steel. There's your case from the side there. Pretty standard diver. This is pretty much the heart of the diver aesthetic that I like. Slightly better. If I had to choose one of the two, I like the slightly better, the Seiko SRP 637, third generation Black Monster. Also has an aggressive bezel on it, and it includes the tuna can shroud. Both have really good wrist presence. This one is said to be 47.5, But honestly, that's with the crown. This is a 46 millimeter, and it plays like a 46, but it has good wrist presence. Uh, and a lot of people who are not watch obsessives, they would look at my collection and says, "McMahon, these all look like the same watch. What are you doing? You're just collecting variations of the same thing. You're wasting your time and money." I couldn't have an argument against you. I am a sucker for the diver watch. You know, putting the Seiko tuna up there, man, it looks good. And I mean, an argument could be made. This looks better than the two I had up there. This is a quartz watch, and it's supposed to be a very good quartz movement, and so you've got the reliability of quartz. And this is something I've talked about before. When I wear a quartz watch, I don't feel as connected to the watch as I do when I wear an automatic. You know, an automatic watch, your body's movements are keeping the watch powered. In a way, you and the watch are kind of working for the same goal. You're kind of bonding with a watch in a way. That sounds like a watch geeky thing to say, but you know, even though I don't bond that closely, well, who in the hell bonds with watches? What are they, animals? Are they pets? What's your problem, dude? Anyways, I do bond with my watches. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't apologize for that. I know it's funny, but the Seiko tuna is just so iconic looking. I have to have it in my collection. It also plays like a 46 millimeter. I love the lume dots. Another iconic diver that I have in my collection is the Orient Saturation diver, and you can get these sometimes on sale, brand new, for $1,000. I do not like the bracelet on it. It looks I don't know, wimpy. I don't have it. It's in my box up above me. I'm not going to get it out right now. This also has a Super Engineer strap code bracelet, 22 millimeters, and you can see that deep dish look in there. So a lot of people who are not watch obsessives will say you've got pretty much the same kind of watch. You're just wearing variation of the same watch every day. Maybe that's true. I love the diver watch aesthetic, and I'm wondering if that's true of all watch obsessives. Here's one of my few, no, two. I only have two non-diver watches. This is what would be called like a pilot watch, and this is called the Citizen Pro Master Sky, made of titanium, coated with Duratec. It's 44 millimeters because of that wide open bezel. It plays more like a 45. I'm wearing the black one. And these are my two pilot watches. I do love these a lot. They're so light on the wrist. You don't really have that heavy, significant timepiece presence on the wrist. It takes a while to get used to that. It doesn't feel cheap. Now, some light watches feel cheap. These do not feel cheap. Let's see if you can see the bracelet, the refinement of the bracelet. They did a good job on this. You sometimes find these on eBay for brand new, the silver ones, for under $700. They do have anti-reflective coated sapphire. They don't mess around with the components, the quality of the components on these. Well, I do have a watch coming next week. I'm not going to lie to you. It's another diver, and it's also another rebuy. I don't want to talk about it yet. I want to show it to you. It's a type of watch that I don't want to buy. There's a reason why I don't want to buy it, and I'll explain it when I get it. But only because it is so bold looking, only because it is so deep dish looking, and just the presence is so so stunning and arresting without being crass or Las Vegas. I had to get it again, and it's a watch I had, and I missed it. Someone who emails me who owns it assured me that I'd be okay with it regarding a certain issue that I'll talk about when I get the watch. That will be the discussion, I believe, of a topic for next week. And I'd like to know if I'm correct on my hunch that if you're a watch obsessive, it's really about the diver watch. Let me know. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.